Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? I am getting a late start today, so please forgive me. I was working on something else that God called me to right quick, so I had to do that. But now I am here. It is Soulful Sundays. This is your girl, Tanya, Coach Tanya, Tanya K. Austin, and this is the Trauma Recovery Room. So today we're going to talk about something that many of us, OMG, many of us, including myself, for years, and I will be honest, until just recently, until just recently. Oh my God, letting go of your control. And if you see on my title, I put in parentheses LOL because it is funny that we think that we actually do have control over things that at the end of the day that God and this universe definitely controls over us. So before I get started, I just want to say a little bit about myself and where the trauma recovery room came from. My name is Coach Tanya. I am a spiritual life coach, a trauma recovery coach, a mindset coach, and a self development coach. What I do at the trauma recovery room is I help people to discover the truth about themselves and to find a place where they can go to do that. I offer courses and workshops and seminars and one-on-one coaching, group coaching. I have my Facebook social media group, and just in so many ways, I provide the resources that people need that they really can't really down to earth just catch and get from somewhere else on a wholesome and realistic level to where they can actually get it. So on my journey of going through a traumatic experience, a recent breakup from a toxic and abusive relationship, I just learned so much about myself. And in my journey and trying to fix him, I actually fixed myself and healed myself. So from all of those experiences of abuse in my childhood and in my adulthood, I created the trauma recovery room. So uh, along the way, though, and this is funny because along the way, I did not want to give up my control. I did not. And I don't know why I didn't want to because what I was doing wasn't working. And so many of us make that mistake where we think that what we do it's working for us and it works for us. So we'll say to ourselves, it's been working all this time. No, it hasn't. Stop lying to yourself because if it has, you wouldn't keep repeating the same things that you've repeated before. So letting go of your control, oh my God, by doing so, you definitely can take away your anxiety, your worry, and your fears. God is asking you to release your anxiety, those threatened fears that you think are going to happen from a certain situation. God is asking you to release that worry, that constant and repetitive thought or belief that this terrible thing is going to happen. And God is telling you to let go of that fear. Kick fear in the ass. Just kick fear in the ass. Just kick it. Because that fear is what happens when you are scared of something. God is asking you, what are you scared of? I'm asking you, what are you scared of? Ask yourself, what am I scared of? God has so much for you that in your fear, you can't even see it. You can't even see it because you are so gripped, so hell bent, and just so intertwined with controlling something that you can't even see what it is that he's trying to do. God is trying to unwind some things. You're trying to tangle them back up by controlling it. Why can't you release your control? What is it that you are so afraid of happening that if you let go of your control, that this thing will happen? And what do you think will happen if that thing happens? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Now, I'm trying to tell you, control is something that we do not have. In learning what control is and simply defining it, I got three definitions that I'm going to read to you. And in those definitions, I want you to see if it belongs to you and if this is what you're able to do or what you are doing. The first one is control is the power to influence or direct people's behavior or the course of events. Now look at yourself and look at who you are. Do you think that you have the power to influence people's behavior? Do you think that you have the power to influence the course of events? Who do you think you are? If you think that you do, then who are you? What do you do? Because a course of events is predestined. Yeah, you can plan some things, but you cannot direct a course of events in your life. You can influence them to a level to where your energy is produced into the universe, but the control that is supposed to be in existence for us to manifest the life that we're designed to, you don't have no control over that. And directly influencing people's behavior, you can influence somebody's behavior through your own exemplified behaviors, but you have no control over that. You, at the end of the day, does not make the final decision. You don't make the final decision for anybody but yourself. So when you want control and you want to influence other people in the direction of the course of your life, then that means you are trying to have jurisdiction over your life, over the created purpose of your life. Now, you do have some decisions to make. You do have the ability to put your life in a direction that where it can manifest into something, but the exact at the exact time with the exact person, you don't control that. You don't have that jurisdiction. That is above you. That is beyond your means, beyond your ability to do. And when you want control, then that means you are stepping on the toes of that one that does have that jurisdiction. You are trying to sway things to go the way you want them to go, which means you want power and dominion over everything in your life. Who has that actually that you know has power and dominion over everything in their life? I mean, literally, they control when they wake up, they control when they go to sleep, they control. Who has that? You tell me who has that. You don't have it. So why do you think you want to have it? Why do you think you do have it? What power do you have over when you breathe? What authority do you give yourself to wake up every day in the morning? Now you can control how your day may go through your decision to do something good or to plant some good seeds or to have a positive attitude. You can control that, but you can't control when your last breath. You don't have that jurisdiction. And when you seek to have control over the situations of your life, that is what you are saying, that you want jurisdiction over how things play out. And that ultimately means that you don't trust God. That ultimately means that you don't trust yourself. That ultimately means that you don't trust the universe. That ultimately means you have no faith. That means that you don't believe what God has already told you about what you can do and what will be. That means you have no strength in you to trust what it is that God has told you. And why do you lack that? What is going on in your life? Why do you wish to regulate your environment? What is it that you're scared of? What is it that you're trying to hold grip? Just grip it so tight that what is it? Look inside yourself and see what it is that you're holding on to that you don't want revealed or that you don't want exposed or that you don't want to see yourself. What are you keeping secret about yourself? What are you afraid of? What are you scared that God is going to forget you? What are you scared of? What is the fear? Where is it coming from? Why do you have it? When you seek control, you want to limit your amount of pain. You want to limit the outcome of pain. You want to limit the outcome of hurt. You want to limit the outcome of deceit. I get that. I totally understand that. Nobody wants to be hurt. Nobody wants to be deceived. But guess what? When you limit that or when you eliminate that, You are tampering with what has already been predestined. And the only thing you're really doing is putting it on hold, because even though you're going to go through all of that, you still going to end up going through what God has said is supposed to be so that you can move to the next level. Because what you're doing is not working. It's not working. That's why you continue to sit in the same things that you continue to sit and wallow in. You continue to sit and wallow in pity and shame and guilt and embarrassment and fear and lust and anything else that you can think of. Anything that keeps you away from what it is that you're supposed to be doing, because you want that control. You want to have everything play out the way you want it to, because somewhere you've been disappointed, somewhere you've been lied to, somewhere you've been hurt, somewhere you want to fix that problem and erase it and make it not be again repeated. I get that, but you don't have that control. And God is asking you to let go of that belief that if you let go of control, that you'll be by yourself, that you'll be all alone, that you won't be taken care of. Because I'm here to tell you that that is a damn lie. God is with you and he is going to carry you wherever you go. Let go of that control. The second definition is to determine the behavior or supervise the running of, to be in charge of something. So you mean to tell me you're going to wake up every day and you're going to control how the day goes? You're going to tell me what's coming at 9 o'clock, what's coming at 9:32, what's coming at 3:45? How are you running the day? Again, you can put the energy in and you can think positive and you can do the right things and make the right moves, but you don't have control over the source of how the outcome will be. Why are you trying to determine something that God has already determined for you? Why are you trying to supervise something or be in control of something that God has said that he is in control of? What are you afraid of? What has God done to you? What has God not done for you that you don't trust him, that you don't believe him? What does he need to do for you before you can believe him and put him first? Why do you need to be over things? Why can't you just surrender and sit down and just let be what shall be? What are you scared of? Why do you have to be in charge of things? Why do you have to regulate? Why do you have to rule? What are you trying to limit? What don't you want to happen? Guess what? By you limiting whatever it is that you're trying to prevent, you'll never heal from whatever it is that caused you to feel that way in the first place, because you're constantly running from whatever it is that you're trying to avoid. The third definition: take into account when performing an experiment the extraneous factor that might affect the results. So here's the flip side of control. Since you want to be in control of everything, you don't have no say so on how God handles the outcome or how the outcome comes. You just deal with it, because God ain't in control. He ain't got nothing to do with it. So he's not going to bail you out of those tough situations that you put yourself in because you didn't believe him, until you tell him that you do and you let him know that you're ready to release that control. He will let you sit there and wallow in that until you can acknowledge him for who he is and let go of your control. Because when you take into account every measure of everything that could go wrong, and you are okay with that, and you can handle everybody's emotions, and you can balance everything, and you can hold it up to grips, then you can say that you're in control. And you can't do that, can you? You can't do that, can you? You know why you can't do it? Because you're stressed out. You're ready to give up. You cannot fight. You cannot hold on. Oh, I can't take this no more. God, why am I going through this? You can't handle it. So why do you want to be in control? The one that is in control handles it all, and you don't want to handle it all because you can't, because you're not designed to, because it's not for you to. So why are you trying to control everything? Let me tell you a story. I held on to my control literally to the bitter end, until I was bagged in a corner when I literally didn't have nothing else but God and my faith and my releasing of the control. Because God, I'm here to tell you, he's real. He don't play, man.
He wants you to surrender to him. And if you don't surrender to him, you're not getting what you want, period. You're going to suffer. It's going to be delayed or tarried. As some could say, it's not coming. Because in order for him to move, he needs to trust you. God is saying that he wants to trust you, and he cannot trust you if you will not relinquish your control. Because to have control means that you're in power of everything. You have authority over everything. Everything that's going on, you have power over that. That means you are source. You are handling it all. And if you are handling it all, God has no place in the situation. And if you gon' handle it all, then he gonna step back because he has no place in the situation. Energetically, he has no place. Spiritually, he has no place. Emotionally, he has no place. Mentally, no place. Emotionally, no place. Where he gonna fit in at if you regulating everything? Why not let him regulate everything and you figure out where it is that you need to be? Let him place you where you need to be, and you can do what you need to do on the little bit of energy that you have exerted. You will accomplish so much because you have surrendered and given up your control. Because when you control everything, you are responsible for everything. Do you want to continue to have that responsibility of controlling everything and everybody in every situation at all times? You're not God. How you gonna make it? How you gonna make it? You can't make it because it's not designed for you to be made. That's like you holding your breath underwater for 20 minutes. You're gonna die because that ain't for you. You're not a fish. You're not an animal that can go underwater and stay that long. But you think you a fish and you gonna go down there? You gonna choke the fuck to death. You gonna choke to death. And you're choking to death right now, spiritually. Through the experiences that you're going through, you are choking to death. You thought that you could go underwater for 20 minutes. You thought that you could handle this relationship. You thought that you could handle that job. You thought that letting go of something that was good for you was good for you. You thought you could live a better life without this. You thought wrong. How you're choking. Get your butt up and go back to surface. Breathe. Let go of that control. Let go of that control. Let it go. You holding on is like you trying to stay up underwater for too long and you about to die. You about to lose everything that has physically been given to you as a blessing because you are holding on to shit like it's for dear life. I'm gonna tell you, I was holding on to this money for dear life, and I'd be damned if somebody, the fear that I had that it was going to be wasted or taken or blue or whatever came to life because I'd be damned if somebody didn't go in my bank account and take that exact amount of money and left me with nothing to face that fear because that's what fear does. It creates itself right before you so that you can face it and overcome it and change your mind about it. Because at that moment when I was faced with nothing, because I always said, as long as I got that, I'm good. As long as I got, as long as I. And every time I said that, that as long as was stripped from me, where I had no choice but to believe and have faith and push through. You don't want to get through that situation. You want to believe and do it freely and kindly while you have the opportunity to, out of a loving heart, not even out of desperation, but know how and know it's time to. Because it's a life or death situation when God backs you into a corner because He's been trying to tell you something and you ain't been listening. It's do or die, baby. It's a do or die. What you gonna do? It's spread your wings and fly or crash and burn. What you gonna do? God is asking you, what are you gonna do? Let go of that control. Why do you want to have power over what He says He has power over? Because when you surrender to Him, when you let go of that, when you let go of that chokehold of your life, the outcome of every situation that you put yourself into, when you continue to limit yourself in situations that could be good for you because of fear, because of anxiety, because of worry of something that you think is going to happen that probably ain't even real, that don't even have a chance of happening. And the only reason it will happen is because you're so scared that you're going to create it energetically. Let go of the control because the things that you are choking to death, God wants you to loosen them up so He can do some things for you, and then you can just let them be what they need to be. What is it that you're holding grip me tightly on to? Is it money? Is it past pain? Is it past memories? Is it past goodness? Is it what is it that you cannot let go of? And therefore, if you can't let it go, you can't receive what it is that's supposed to be replacing it. Yeah, you used to have this, you did that, and you want that, and you need this. But what can you get if you got a grip on what it is that God is asking you to release so that He can move for you? What is it? Why are you holding on to this? What is the grip for? What is the grip for? What is the grip for? Why are you holding on to this grip? God is asking you to release this grip from your spirit. He is asking you to release that negative thinking from your mind. He is asking you to let go of all of those things that no longer serve you, because the things that no longer serve you, He is getting rid of, and He is trying to replace them with the things that you need. But if you won't let go of that control, LOL, that you think that you have, you'll never be able to get it because He can't do anything. God can't put new love in your life if you shut your heart closed. How can He put some new love into your life and some new spirit into your life, a new thought process in your life if your mind is shut closed and your heart is shut closed? How? How? He can't. You can't even do it. You have the blessings right before you. And you may even have some blessings right under your nose, right in your face right now, but you don't even know because you're trying to control the situation. You don't trust. What has God done to you that you don't trust Him? What has God done to you that you don't trust Him? Letting go means that you don't have a say. Can you stomach that? Mm. Can you live a life where you let God say everything that shall be, and you trust Him and you speak it into life and you believe it and you just wait for it? Can you stomach that? God is saying that you don't need to have a say because He is the one that has the only say that is required in your situation. Can you stomach that? You don't need to have a say. He doesn't want your words. He doesn't want your say. He don't want you to do nothing. He just wants you to sit back and trust Him. He wants you to sit back and believe in Him. He wants you to sit back and just let Him do what it is that He's trying to do. He wants you to live a good life, a fruitful life, and He cannot do that if you're struggling and if your mind is blocked with fear and if you're full of anxiety and if you're full of worry. He cannot move through you. He cannot work through you. And you can't allow Him to because you're blocked. So, what are you so scared of? Why is it so hard for you to trust God? What has to be done before you can believe Him? What does God have to do? What does He have to show you another sign? He has to put another person in your life to show you how good He is by removing them right back out. What is it that He has to do? He has to bless you with millions of dollars. What He has to give you a dream that's what is it? Control means that you want to run the show. And if you want to run the show, then God is going to remove Himself from your life. If you want things to go the way you say, how you say them, and you control the behavior of others and the outcome of your life, and you be straight, oh, you'll be good, huh? Where they do that at? Where that's about to happen at? And even if that does happen, what about the people around you? How do you think they're going to feel if you controlling their behaviors? Do you think they're going to be excited to be around you? Do you think folks just going to be surrounding themselves around somebody that's just trying to control them? And with control, you're going to try to manipulate because you're not God and you don't have the end of the day say, and you can't really do what it is that they want. You can't get them to do what it is that you want them to do. They only gonna do what they want to do because they control themselves just like you control yourself. What about the people around you when you have to have the last say? You have to manipulate everything. You have to have things go the way you want them to go. What about other people? Why not let God control instead? Because all that He does is made perfect, right? So everything that He does is going to benefit not just you, but everybody. But when you try to control, it benefits you. How selfish are you? How selfish are you? Why so selfish? What are you missing out on? What do you think you're missing out on? Where's the fear coming from? How selfish are you? How scared are you? Why won't you trust God and let Him control everything? Because in Him controlling everything, guess what? Guess what? In Him controlling everything, He's going to order and direct your steps the right way.
You ain't gonna mess up.
When you control your fuck up because you don't know what steps to take. You don't know what's before you. He does. So why are you so afraid of control being released from your hands? Why are you so confused about who is actually in control? Why are you so frustrated and angry because things ain't going your way? Because you ain't in control and it ain't really your way. That's why they ain't going right. That's why they not going right and they never will. They never will. Because they're not designed to. They're not meant to. Because you, at the end of the day, don't control when you wake up and you don't control when you go to sleep. Now you can put yourself to sleep, but God lets that time pass through. That that process that He has, that cycle of waking up and going to sleep that He produces within us, He controls that. You get sleepy when your body says that He controls the body. Your mind controls your body as well. And your mind, your super conscious mind, is directly reflected to the reflection of what God is and what He's saying to you. Your mind is your God. And God is saying to control your thoughts. Stop thinking that you are in control because you're not. That's what He's telling you to do, control your thoughts. But you can't control your life. You can't control the thoughts of other people. You can't control their lives. So stop trying to. You are creating massive burden on yourself by doing so. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Let go of the control. God is saying, let go of that control. And I am saying, as His messenger and His servant, if you need help with doing that, inbox me, call me. My information is on this video somewhere. You can reach me. Somewhere you can reach me. Know that there's somebody here for you that will help you through your process of letting go of that control. And I am Coach Tanya, and I am the one that God has sent for you to do that with. That is why you're listening to this today. You are here for a reason. Remember, nothing happens. Nothing, everything happens for a reason. Everything is in divine order. You are here for a reason. Take a chance on yourself. Invest in yourself. Love yourself. Get the help that you need. And let go, my love. Let go, beloved, of that LOL control that you think that you have. This is your girl, Coach Tanya. This is Soulful Sunday. And I will see you next Sunday. Oh, beloved, I love you so much. I hope that you work through whatever it is that you are going through because God is telling you, and I'm going to tell you again, let go of that control because you ain't got it anyway. Let go of what you, because you ain't got it anyway. And He wants to replace your control with His so that He can give you the life that you want. Your soul is yearning for you to let go. Change your mind about who has the authority. Change your mind about who has the sway. Change your mind about who has the last say. Change your mind about what your life can look like and where you can go from here. Let go of the thought of being in control. Because again, you don't really have any. But beloved, I thank you so much for joining me for Soul for Sunday. Again, this is your girl, Coach Tanya, and I will see you next week. I'm out. Goodbye.